Breaking news that's sending waves through the retirement community. In a groundbreaking move that affects millions of Americans, Congress has just confirmed a significant increase in Social Security checks starting this June, specifically targeting low-income retirees who've been struggling to make ends meet. But here's what's really turning heads: this isn't your typical cost of living adjustment. We're talking about a specialized boost that could mean hundreds of extra dollars in your pocket every single month. Imagine walking to your mailbox or checking your bank account to find a substantially larger payment than you used to. Sounds too good to be true? Well, stick around because I'm about to break down exactly how this historic decision came to be, who qualifies, and most importantly, how much extra money you could be receiving. But before we dive deeper, let me ask you this: have you been feeling the pinch of inflation lately? Are your current Social Security benefits barely covering your basic needs? Are you one of the millions of retirees who've been forced to choose between buying groceries or filling your prescriptions? These are the exact issues Congress aimed to address with this revolutionary adjustment. And trust me, you won't want to miss a single detail of what I'm about to share. Before we get into the nitty-gritty details of this game-changing increase, make sure you hit that subscribe button and ring the notification bell. The recent congressional confirmation of increased Social Security benefits marks a historic shift in how our nation supports its retired citizens. This decision didn't come out of nowhere; it's the result of months of intense debate, countless testimonies from struggling seniors, and a growing recognition that our current benefit structure simply isn't keeping pace with the real cost of living in America today. Let's start with the why behind this momentous decision. Over the past few years, inflation has hit retirees particularly hard. While the regular cost of living adjustments, COLAs, have provided some relief, they haven't been enough to keep up with the skyrocketing costs of healthcare, housing, and basic necessities. Congress finally acknowledged this gap and took decisive action to address it, particularly for those who need it most: our low-income retirees. The new increase is structured differently from traditional COLAs. Instead of applying a uniform percentage increase across the board, this adjustment provides a more substantial boost to those receiving lower benefit amounts. This targeted approach ensures that the most vulnerable members of our retired population receive the support they desperately need. Here's what makes this increase truly revolutionary: it's not just a one-time payment or a temporary fix. The boost will be permanent, affecting your monthly checks from June onwards. This means you can count on this additional amount as part of your regular income, allowing you to better plan your budget and potentially improve your quality of life. But who exactly qualifies for these increased benefits? The focus is primarily on retirees whose monthly Social Security checks fall below a certain threshold. If you're currently receiving less than the national average benefit amount, there's a good chance you'll see a noticeable increase in your June payment. Singles, widows, and disabled beneficiaries who fall into the lower income brackets are particularly likely to benefit from this adjustment. The application process has been streamlined to ensure eligible recipients don't miss out on these increased benefits. Unlike some previous adjustments that required complex paperwork or lengthy application procedures, this increase will be automatically applied to qualifying accounts. The Social Security Administration will use existing income and benefit data to determine eligibility, making the process seamless for beneficiaries. Let's talk numbers, because that's what really matters to most of us. While the exact increase will vary based on your current benefit amount and other factors, many qualifying recipients could see their monthly checks increase by several $100s. This isn't just pocket change. We're talking about meaningful increases that could help cover rising healthcare costs, utilities, or even allow for some modest improvements in quality of life. For example, if you're currently receiving $1,000 monthly in benefits and fall into the qualifying category, you might see your check increase to $1,200 or more. That's an extra $2,400 per year, money that could make a real difference in your daily life. Some beneficiaries might receive even more substantial increases, depending on their specific circumstances and current benefit levels. The timing of this increase is particularly significant, with June just around the corner. The Social Security Administration is working overtime to ensure all systems are updated and ready to process these increased payments. They've committed to making the transition as smooth as possible, with dedicated support staff ready to answer questions and address any concerns that arise during the implementation phase. It's worth noting that this increase comes with some additional protections. Congress has included provisions to ensure that these higher benefit amounts won't negatively impact other forms of assistance you might be receiving, such as Medicare, Medicaid, or housing subsidies. This means you'll get to keep the full value of your increase without losing other important benefits. But there's more to this story than just the numbers. This increase represents a fundamental shift in how our nation views its responsibility to retired citizens. It acknowledges that the current system hasn't been doing enough to protect our most vulnerable retirees from financial hardship. It's a statement that says we, as a society, believe our seniors deserve better than to spend their retirement years struggling to make ends meet. The impact of this increase will extend beyond individual beneficiaries. When retirees have more money to spend, it benefits local economies, small businesses, healthcare providers, and service industries in communities with large retired populations are likely to see increased activity. This economic ripple effect was one of the factors Congress considered when approving this benefit boost. Looking ahead, this increase could set a precedent for future adjustments to Social Security benefits. It demonstrates that targeted increases based on need are possible and can be implemented effectively. This could lead to more nuanced approaches to benefit adjustments in the future, moving away from the one-size-fits-all model that has dominated Social Security policy for decades. However, it's important to note that this increase doesn't solve all the challenges facing Social Security. Long-term funding concerns still need to be addressed, and discussions about the program's future sustainability continue. But this increase shows that when there's political will to act, meaningful improvements to the system are possible. For those wondering about the administrative side of these changes, the Social Security Administration has been preparing for months to implement this increase smoothly. They've upgraded their computer systems, trained staff, and developed new procedures to handle the adjustment. Recipients won't need to do anything special to receive their increased benefits. The changes will be applied automatically. The timing of the announcement has also raised some interesting questions about future benefit adjustments. While this increase is separate from the regular cost of living adjustments, it doesn't preclude additional COLAs that might be necessary due to inflation. In fact, the legislation includes provisions for reviewing and potentially adjusting these new benefit levels to ensure they maintain their real value over time. Education and outreach efforts are also part of this initiative. The Social Security Administration will be launching a comprehensive information campaign to ensure all eligible beneficiaries understand the changes and what they mean for their monthly checks. This will include mailings, online resources, and dedicated phone lines for those with questions about the increase. For those who are approaching retirement age but haven't yet claimed benefits, this increase might affect your claiming strategy. The higher benefit levels could make it more advantageous for some low-income workers to claim benefits earlier rather than waiting for delayed retirement credits. However, these decisions should still be made carefully, considering your overall financial situation and long-term needs. The international community is watching this development with interest. Many other countries face similar challenges with their retirement systems, and this targeted approach to increasing benefits for low-income retirees could serve as a model for other nations grappling with similar issues. As we move closer to the June implementation date, it's important to stay informed about any updates or changes to the program. While the basic framework is set, there might be additional guidance or clarifications issued as the rollout approaches. This is why staying connected with reliable information sources is crucial. Remember, this increase is just one part of a larger conversation about retirement security in America. It's a significant step forward, but it's also important to continue advocating for policies that protect and enhance the financial well-being of all retirees. Your voice and experiences matter in shaping future policies and ensuring that Social Security continues to evolve to meet the needs of all beneficiaries. As we wrap up this discussion about the June increase in Social Security benefits, I want to remind you of the importance of staying informed about changes that could affect your financial future. This increase represents a significant victory for low-income retirees, but it's just one piece of the puzzle in ensuring a dignified retirement for all Americans. Don't forget to like this video, subscribe to our channel, and hit that notification bell to stay updated on all the latest Social Security news and changes. Share this video with friends or family members who might benefit from this information. Knowledge is power, especially when it comes to your benefits.